Sarah Palin is a goof. She is one crazy whack job. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of these Democrat news media types beating on the poor woman. I voted for her enthusiastically. In fact, the night she gave her big speech at the Republican National Convention, I was inside the hall, and I stood up and I clapped and shouted and cheered, and I was about as happy as a guy could be. Unfortunately, since then, it's been kind of nonstop downhill for Sarah, and she hit the bottom last Friday when she stood up, kind of sounded like she was hyperventilating and having a nervous breakdown, and announced that she was, without explanation, quitting being governor of Alaska. At the end of the month or so, she's going to go back to being just a private citizen. So she has essentially served one half of her first term, and without a word as to why she's quitting. Well, some have said that Sarah was on the fast track to be the Republican presidential nominee in 2012. Those people are also psychos. Or, more likely, there are these Democrats in the news media type who want to define the Republican Party as a series of personalities, like Sarah Palin or Rush Limbaugh, people who they will then take and mock and marginalize and destroy, kind of like how they did Dick Cheney. But here's the bottom line. Sarah will work out her future the way she will. Granted, quitting on Friday in the wake of that whole deal out of that other whack job, the guy from South Carolina, you wondered if maybe Sarah might not have been doing some hiking on the Appalachian Trail herself. Or maybe somebody was blackmailing her. Or maybe somebody offered her $1 million a year job. Quitting when you haven't even finished your first term, quitting when you've only done half of the job before you, is not the way to display presidential temperament. I think she has zero future in the Republican Party. But again, I don't care, because the Republican Party is not about personalities, it's about principles. And you know, the news media can line up all these stuffed shirts they want saying, this is the future of the Republican Party. But as a Republican myself, I want to tell you, that's nothing but crap. It's not the people who stand up. We're not about having cheering throngs saying, change, change, change. We don't need some movie star out there to lead us. Because the Republican Party, at least the real Republican Party, and the good Americans who belong to it or who will vote for its candidates, is found right here in the American heart. It's not personalities, it's principles. The principles which were laid down by our founders as they fought for our freedom, put down on paper by the framers as they wrote our Constitution. So folks like Sarah come and go, and I wish them the best like I wish everybody the best. But she's not the Republican Party, and she's not the future of the Republican Party. The principles of loving our freedom, standing up for liberty, the common thing that teaches us that the government should be small and the people should be free, that's the future of the Republican Party.